Welcome, welcome, welcome to Beyond Boardroom Business. I'm your host, Coach Stephanie, and this is the podcast where you get to meet the person behind the business because there are some true trailblazers that need their roses while they are alive. Times can be very challenging for an entrepreneur, and that's why this podcast was created so we can get to know the person behind the successful business and learn what does it take to run a successful business and to keep it running and to make it successful. So without further ado, I am so excited because tonight I have none other than Tracey Williams. She is not only the founder of a Deeper Dive Women's Conference, she's also the CEO of Timeless Events. I've known Tracey for years, and let me tell you, this woman is phenomenal. She is always on the grind, always making successful events. And I mean, who else to ask the questions that I'm about to ask other than Tracey Williams? So please grab a pen, paper, notebook, however you take your notes, because she is going to give out some nuggets, some golden nuggets. Again, this is Beyond Boardroom Business with your host, Coach Stephanie. And without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get Miss Tracey Williams up here. How are you tonight?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
I am feeling fabulous. You know
I
how
know that's right.
that's Coach Stephanie with two F's. But yeah,
Right. I
Tracey.
love it. I love the skin glow, girl. You're gonna tell me
Oh,
those regiments. Got to give me some regiments. It's looking good over there.
thank you. So for those who don't know you, Tracey, who are you?
Oh, I am. That depends on our relationship. It depends on our relationship. I am, as you stated, I am an entrepreneur. I am a lot of things that a lot of women are: a mother, a friend, a child of God. I am. There are so many components to me that I'm truly humble. Sometimes I'm surprised by myself. You can get surprised by yourself about the things that can come out of you,
Ooh.
and that you didn't know was there, until it was time for it to be produced. So I have been many things. I am many things, and I look forward to being more things to come.
Woo. You know, that you said a mouthful with that, and it is so true. And with our relationship, our business relationship, I've seen you help so many people. I mean, for free, some for a fee, but you are definitely true to the game, Tracey. And when
Absolutely.
it comes to women in particular, can you tell us why self-esteem is so crucial for women's personal and professional lives?
Yes. And this comes, like you say, personally throughout my journey, dealing with self-esteem. So a little background, I'm from the country. All right. I'm from North Carolina, born and raised, moved here. I have my little southern, I do have a southern dialect, but it was way worse when I first moved to Georgia. It was way worse when I first moved here. And different things have played on that. My background, which I have one, more of that to come as my journey goes about my background. So self-esteem plays in us through the starting point is through our childhood. Okay,
Mm,
we start off with self-esteem and through our upbringing. So that starts in the household. Depends on different people household. Um, there are a lot, unfortunately, of us, especially Black families that has been raised in dysfunction, and things like that in troubled times. I'm happy to say though that there are families who has not, Black families that has not, and you see the difference. You can see the difference in self-esteem typically in a lot, but however, it is the eye of the person, how things are perceived, received as well. An example of that I can give is that, excuse me, is that okay, like my brother and I, this is a real example. We grew up in the same household. We have the same parents, and we are night and day on some things. And it is amazing. You probably and we've seen that in siblings, no matter what culture or race, but you've seen that. You've seen like, brothers, even identical twins that
Yeah.
have grown up because you're different people, but it's all in how we have perceived things. And self-esteem, it plays on different levels. You have your low self-esteem, your high self-esteem, and your inflated self-esteem. you know so you do definitely have your different levels of self-esteems, and these definitely play a part in all relationships.
Yeah,
you
you
know
are
when
so right.
hmm yeah.
Especially when it comes to the high self-esteem or the inflated self-esteem, like
Oh yes.
artificial egos. It's
Oh
just
yes. Yeah.
what?
So, well, we know inflated self-esteem. A lot of people use cocky. That's the term, as a lot of people know as or have called cocky, and a lot of times, low self-esteem is the most talked about because it has the most effect. Low self-esteem, it causes so many. It plays such a vital part again in relationships. On
Oh,
how to love someone,
yeah.
on an intimate level, how to receive love. you
Yeah.
know I don't know about you, but I've encountered a woman with a good man before, believe it, and I've been like, girl, what's wrong with you? Hello. you know and okay, over here, ma'am. Or something like that. But these things, you don't know what that woman has experienced. So again, so self-esteem can play a part in those matters, definitely within relationship. That in intimate relationships, you definitely see a lot more display of it. In a professional setting, in low self-esteem, you definitely see the play on the person. You can get it different ways. The quiet, reserved person. You can get it in the person that is um, easily offended, or what it's like, oh, wait a minute, easily offended all the time, or the attitude. Some people do not know how to have conversations because they don't know how to communicate their
Oof.
self-esteem. They do not know how to communicate, so they don't know how to properly handle different conversations, and very offended by what you and I or someone else maybe feel like, oh, just like text sensitive.
Okay.
Somebody can send out a text and you'll be like, hey, what's your ETA? And I may be like, all right, I'm down the street. All right. You may receive it like, why you keeping tabs? Like, they just asked me. They just sent out an email, told me to be there at 2 o'clock. You can just get stuff that comes out in so many different ways. And
Um,
self-esteem could play a part, in these things. So, and
yeah,
you get so many,
definitely.
yeah, and and just, I'm speaking generally on some things. However, because each case is individual, depending on the person, because you can have a two-parent household where, a child is raised, whether it was a single child or it was, a child with a sibling or something, and you can
Mhm,
still get some low self-esteem individuals, when they didn't get enough attention, they didn't feel loved or things like that.
mhm.
So
That's true.
absolutely. So low
Yeah.
self-esteem, we hear more about Kate situations with low self-esteem than I feel like any other. And then we
That's
definitely get the inflated self-esteem, fabulous, I have arrived, we're here, and all those wonderful things. And those type of self-esteems, same as low, can come from different things. You
that's
know,
true.
that
Yeah.
the overconfidence can be, the inflated can be, and unfortunately can be a result of the low self-esteem. you know, That
Yes.
can be so. That can
Yeah.
be that as well. And my thing, it's like our emotions. I want
Mhm.
people, our mindset, our emotions, and the great thing about self-esteem is that it's learned. So
Learn behavior.
the
Okay.
good thing about being learned is that just like we learned these unhealthy,
Hmm.
unhealthy emotions, we can learn, healthy emotions. So,
Exactly.
so that's a good thing about self-esteem. We can start out one way, but we can end up another. We can end up with the high self-esteem
Right,
when
right.
we encounter what I consider you a high self-esteem person, Stephanie, because you're humble, you carry yourself with grace, and your confidence is that of knowing who you are, being
Yes.
okay with who you are, and
Wow.
accepting others for who they are.
Yes, you are
So,
so right.
you
It takes a lot for a person to learn who they are. But once they learn their value and
absolutely
have gained that self-esteem, then
yes,
it just shines.
right.
They often say the loudest person in the room is really the one with the smallest self-esteem, because you were saying how
Mhm.
they try to cover it up.
Right.
Self-esteem is so important, especially
Yes.
for women entrepreneurs, because
Yes.
we run the household. So if we have
Yes.
a low self-esteem, just imagine being at the head of the business, how the rest of the business is going to be.
It's going to
If
reflect.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to reflect. It's definitely going to reflect. And I can personally say, definitely understand it and reflect, and because you can have these moments. That's why we always hearing motivational things and recite. And even though we've heard it before, it can be 5 years later and you hear it again. And you're like, oh, I needed to hear that. Yeah,
That's
because
true.
we hear me. Yeah, you can hear stuff before and you can get it 5 years later. And guess what? Another 5 years, you can get it again because what they say now, life be lifing, life be lifing. So
Yeah.
yes, so and we hear these things as we go move forward because not every day is the same. Not every day is the same, and we have some similar days to where yes, we have to self motivate. Yes, we have to get up in the cold. Yes, we have to get up when we're feeling our womanly self. You still have to continue on. You still have to continue on. And however we're feeling, there are a lot of times that although we are known as emotional beings, there's a lot we have to hold in, hold back, or breathe to execute it
Mm.
in another way. So you guys may think you get a lot, but you have no idea how much we we hold a lot of stuff in. Like we be like, hey, oh please, you can't handle what the truth is. Like so,
Yeah.
yeah, I would like
Okay.
the truth. So having that, and being able to do that with self esteem, as you say, plays such a vital role within us. So I like that when we're able to again
Hmm.
learn as long as we live and we learning and
Yeah.
we always becoming different versions of ourselves. We're never the same person. What they say, every 10 years we evolve. Oh, so we are not the same person. We're not the same Tracy and Stephanie. We're
Oh,
not the
yeah.
same, 10, 20, whatever age on up there. We're not that same person. We evolve
Yeah.
every 10.
Hopefully.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and that's what they say in marriages, when you marry someone and you get people's like, that's not who I married. I would hope not. It's like, I'd be like, no, I would hope not. You guys got married when you was 20, you're 50 now. I pray that's not the same person, of course. and you have different things that affect, because every 10 years, typically something happens.
True.
Every 10 years, typically something life changing happens within our lives.
That is so true.
So sometimes that can all happen in a year, you know, um,
You.
that can, be holding on. So, but every 10 years, definitely our life, has evolved in, ways, career wise, personal wise,
Mhm.
uh, it in all different aspects. Your
Yeah.
relationship with your children,
Wise.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Parents, every 10 years there's something going on. So, and these things, of course, think they're your self-esteem.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's gonna take it up, but like, hey, I'm on my Fitbit, and hey, I'm feeling like I am that 20-year-old. I'm, feeling, me again.
Yeah.
Or if you're new to the motherhood, or life has happened and you gain a pound or two, some people it affect them. I'm a person, well, Stephanie, behind closed door, I talk about my weight all day long. So it's like I am that person and would eat. I was like, oh, this burger is good. I don't need it. I'm gonna eat my pound tomorrow. But so, but these things can be effective.
That's
These
true.
are very effective, and you know, as far as with self-esteem, we gotten out of the way with so much that can influence. You know,
Mm.
like that. I'm not against what anybody choose to do. It's just that there's a lot of things that influence it now. People are more open and verbally, and we living in a society now to where I don't feel like there's not as much balance. It's okay to express yourself and like what you like, have filters, have screeners, and I don't, for me, I don't feel like there's not as much self-love,
Hmm.
as
It's
much
not.
love. Yeah.
And we
So
can tell by looking at society, you know,
yes,
when they
yeah.
have people like Sexy Red on the radio, if that's the ideal of what our
Well,
younger generations are looking forward to,
mm,
man, better
yes,
some help.
right.
Yeah.
Because yes, I tell people, or when I have the opportunity to speak in the different different generations, and I love it when they all together
Yeah.
because you can see, learn, and understand from each other. Yes, there
Right.
is something, as that our generation can take from the younger, from our daughter's generation, and things like I do feel like that.
Hmm.
However, there's stuff that they can take from ours as well. So, and one of the things with it, like you say, with this young lady, and I'm like, okay, but there's definitions of sexiness. I like that, people have evolved. Salt and pepper brought us out.
Yeah.
We were shaking our thing.
Yeah.
We did that in our generation. Salt and pepper, did they transition with women and women empowerment and women's self-esteem and women right. And I like how they brought that to the table. I
Yeah.
do. I like how they represented women, because for those that feel like, well, y'all was talking about shaking y'all thing and all this kind of stuff, but there was a movement behind that. They won't just up there shaking thing. They just won't up appearing, with nudity or darn near
Yes.
nudity without a message.
You are right.
That was a women empowerment move that they stood on and that they spoke upon, not
Yeah.
just to shake your thing. I mean, that was the song. That was a song. It had a great beat and it was cool, and I rocked to it too. Okay. However, it was the message that
Yeah.
helped a woman like me to be able to posture up, and to be able to have a voice to
Yeah.
say, yes, I like that. No, I do not like that.
Mm. That's
It wasn't meant to be, oh, I can just take my clothes off like a dude. A guy can take his shirt off. I can take mine off too.
right. Yeah.
That wasn't the message.
No, not at all. Yeah, and it boils down to the self-esteem. The
Yes.
people that are listening to that need to know the self-love.
The self-love.
Be,
Yes.
be persuaded by any other ways. So my
Yes.
next question to you, Tracey, is how can women develop resilience in the face of personal and professional challenges?
Oh, see, that goes back to the learning part.
Okay.
So, you know, some people need the professional. They need a therapist. Therapists
Right.
help. You know,
That's
it
true.
depends on where we are in our walk. So I am not against therapy. I am very much for therapy.
Yeah.
That help. If you need it, if you feel like the emotional scars are there, emotional damage, you know how deep something goes within you.
Right. Right.
If you just feel like, okay, maybe you had a little Tracy in you, you're from the country, you have a little Southern dialect, so it messes with your confidence a little bit when you speak. Because when I first moved here, people, I would speak and somebody would be like, "What you say?" Huh?
Oh,
And having to repeat yourself. And
right.
so
That's true.
that's learning. That's a little training. And that's a little for me, for me to speak more clearly.
Okay.
And some of these things are just tools that you would need to know to speak clearly, to
Okay.
speak honestly,
Right.
to
Right.
speak honestly, and just to be more concise. These are these simple things can also add to that, to help with that resilience, to build that confidence, to help out your self esteem.
That
So
is
you
so
have
true.
these things. Yeah, absolutely.
And so, how do you how do you stay resilient? How do you stay consistent with all the challenges that you have come across your entrepreneurial life? How do you stay strong and stay committed no matter what? If all the odds are against you and you just feel that this is the right thing to do, how do you stay on that path?
Definitely, definitely, definitely. And I know a lot of you have heard this. Number one, I stay connected to the vine. I'm a believer. So I have to stay connected to the vine. I have to get my word and my meditation in. I found out that straddling the fence don't work for me. I have to stay connected. Number two, a it really does make a difference of who your circle is.
Yes.
That really does make a difference. Who your circle is. And you really do. Remember, I just did say that your life do change, so you might change every 10 years. They don't mean you just discard somebody. They don't mean they don't have value, but you
Mm.
do may have to change your circle, as you grow and develop. And that's okay because if you in that type of circle, they're gonna need to change their circle too. But you guys are always gonna be connected. So that's not a bad thing. Those are called built relationships. So that's
Mm.
not a bad thing. But
Mm.
who you're connected to, I
Yes.
now can pick up my phone and majority of the numbers I call, and I don't even have to talk to you every day. I
Mhm.
don't even have to be personally connected to you, but just the affiliate relationships that I
Yes.
call, and they are positive,
Mm.
uplifting, and they don't even know sometimes how they inspire you. Like
Mm.
and you have people in your phone, they don't even know. You might even have subconsciously know how these people inspire you because you can call them and you be like, man, Jill be on it. Every time I talk to her, is what you doing? What you get? Jill has resilience. Okay. So she goes, but guess what? You calling to get some of that energy you
Yeah.
know, because when
Yeah.
you thought about Jill, when you thought about Tracy, when I think about it, I call. And when I call, it's it's usually for a reason and a purpose, but it's for a
Mm.
reason and a purpose. That's why you call that person.
Woo.
So
Yes.
be mindful who you keep in, who you reach out to.
You are
And
so right.
also, yeah, and you also got to be mindful who deposit into you.
Mm.
It's
That
not
part.
just a one-way street. You have to be mindful who deposit into you. Learning through professionalism and business and things like how, and actually experiencing the not you changing the circle, put it that way, changing the circle up with relationships. I i now I still speak to selective people, but if you're a negative talking person, like I just can't even consume that. I can't digest it.
Yeah.
And I can't. So if I call you, now I get Kodak moments. You don't, I get Kodak moments. So I was like, I can get a Kodak moment. But in that same breath, like, and you experience this with me personally, in that same breath, I can call blah, 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 blah. But before we get off that phone, we don't talk about what we doing next.
That's right.
What's gonna happen on the next call? And I'll be like, well, and I've been on told you something that I'm about to work on, about to get done. You give it,
Yeah.
I be on, you put it out, but you keep going,
Man.
like
So
that.
right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
by the time, yeah, so not to be human, but that negativity or always have something to say. Or something, I'm like, okay, even if it's a valid situation, it's not what you do, how you choose to do it. Sometimes you have to be mindful, and that's okay. I just be like, won't you just, I ask you, I be like, won't you just leave the situation alone? Because you talking about them, but you keep inserting yourself over there. I mean, like, so
Mhm.
it ain't them, as you, like, keep moving.
That's right. What is the common denominator? Yeah.
Right. I was like, it's not them, it's you. Keep moving. So yeah, keep you stay in a positive environment and a positive mindset. You definitely, that's definitely one of the things that I would say would add to your resilience. It's your mind. It's your mindset. How you thinking about this? Because how you think it is how you're gonna receive it. And this
Woo.
is I had to personally, discern myself when I was saying, thinking broke all the time, because that's a big one for everybody. And I may not have the finances I would like to have,
Okay.
but I'm not feeling destitute. I'm not,
Right.
I'm like, okay, I can go to the grocery store and buy something to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I if
You're
I
very resourceful.
exactly, there you go.
Yeah.
And very resourceful. Thank you. Exactly. And I'm very grateful for that. So
Yeah.
definitely a lot of your mindset has a lot to do with, how you perceive things and how you're going to receive things.
You are so right. And that's why your event that's coming up is going to be so powerful
Right.
because the sisterhood, women need each other.
Yeah.
So tell us more about your event that's coming up.
Okay, June the 22nd. Get your tickets, be there. Every female, grab a friend, gotta grab your friend and me, grab all that good stuff, all that stuff, grab them, bring them on, mother, daughters. Let's go, let's get it. A deeper dive, women's empowerment. This is what we've been speaking of. The topic this year is my emotional mindset.
Mm,
That right there. So bring it on,
yeah.
bring it. We've been speaking personally. These things carry to us, like you stated, just like that's why we on this business podcast, because these are relationships.
Yes.
You take it into your workplace as well.
Mm,
These how we spoke about that, the person that's reserved, or the person that's easily offended, or the one
mhm.
that's over the top, however it may go. So your emotional mindset These
Yes.
add to your self-esteem. This is how your self-esteem. Your self-esteem is how you value yourself,
That's
how
right.
you respect yourself. Self-esteem is whether or not you believe in yourself.
Mm, that
That's
part.
self-esteem is whether or not you believe in yourself. And our mindset to all of this, it starts with your mindset. And I
Yes.
call it my emotional mindset because it's like what we just spoke on. One of the emotions, self-esteem.
Mm,
Absolutely. And
yeah.
so I have well a great panel of women that's bringing this, and
Yes.
everybody that is speaking is intentional.
Awesome.
Personally, from me, everybody that's a part of this is intentional. So I wanted to bring quality. I
Yeah.
wanted, I wanted, I am heaven, not what I want. What is? It's a
Right.
transitional. It's a transitional. Yes, we go to get empowered. Yes, we get motivated and inspired, but you're gonna walk away with knowing how to move forward in your
Mm,
with your in situations. Some people may be in active situations, or some
mhm.
people may encounter being able to transition life. Like to this degree would be you know what I want women to be able to take away, because like you say, we stand on sisterhood. We
Yes.
want to build these relationships with each other,
Yes.
and we need to know how to do that. We
Yes.
need to know how to, we say in sisterhood, but we need to know about sisterhood. We need to know how to truly support and be there for each other. We need to
Yes.
know this. We hear it all the time, and some of us even say it, but you need to understand that the truth is there is room enough for all of us.
Mm, come
There
on.
is room enough for all of us.
That's right.
When
That's
Yeah,
right.
and that is okay. Your self-esteem will teach you to be okay with you. It'll teach you to be okay in your lane. It'll teach you to be okay with your sister.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
It'll
That's
teach you
right.
all of
Because
that.
this event is going to be so powerful because for those who have low self-esteem, you really need to be there so you can learn
Absolutely.
the core essence
Absolutely.
of who you are so you will no longer have a low self-esteem. You will feel empowered. You will feel
Yes.
truly understand who you are and whose you are, which will
Yes.
broaden your perspective and make
Hallelujah.
sure that you walk out on 10 toes knowing that, hey, this is my
Yes.
world and I'm ready to
Yes.
take my part in it
Yeah.
and step into your calling because we're here for a reason.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Tracy, I am so honored to be one
Mm.
of the speakers there. And
Yes.
because this sisterhood is
Yes.
about more collaboration and less competition. Let's stop
Exactly.
competing with each other and let's work together. That's what it's all
Absolutely.
about. So
And you're
thank you.
not in this alone. This right here, what people gonna, what women see, is that those things you feel, oh, we felt them too, or there's
Yeah.
women who felt them. You're gonna experience. You may see that where, like they say, you may think you go to through something. Somebody has, been through something bigger. So, hey, you got this, sister. You got this. We're gonna work through, or we're gonna see everything that you can put it out there. You can put it on the table. And what's even better, the women in the room, I want you to connect. I
Yes.
want you to connect. I want you to speak with someone that you don't know that can
Mm,
add value to you.
there you
I want you to speak with someone that I want you to intentionally find someone to add value to.
I love it. Yeah.
So this is the requirement. You connect with someone that you can that can add value to take you to that next level, and I
Mm.
want you to intentionally connect with someone that you can add value to.
Woo, that's it. So you definitely will not be the same after you leave this conference. I mean, it's beautiful. And the website again is a dive deeper.com. Make sure you check it out and see all of the phenomenal speakers. Like I said, I'm going to be
Oh
one of
yeah.
them. I can't wait. But you
And we got special guests coming. So
Yes, that's what I
hey,
want.
I haven't put that out there, but yes, we have. I
Yes,
have special guests coming
yes,
that will be in the house. So come out
yes.
and hey,
Be a
like I
part of
said,
it.
be a part of
Yeah.
this movement. When I tell you there is more to come, they are
Mm,
affiliated events that
okay.
that's in reference to this. Actually, one is coming up Friday. Uh,
Mm,
that's me putting out the information late. Um, Friday, well,
okay.
I will be attending Girl Mob. It's called Girl Mob. It's going to
Okay.
be Friday. I will put the information out there.
For
This is going to
tomorrow. Okay.
be with Pastor D Murphy. It's,
Okay.
we've been doing Girls Month, and so it's with Pastor D Murphy. She is the first lady of Dream Center, and wife
Mhm.
of Bishop William Murphy. A lot of know him as an artist and all that stuff as well. But this is this upcoming Friday. Be a part of that. June the
Yeah.
22nd. You have to be a part of that. You know
Yeah.
that deeper, a deeper dive. You got to come and get with that. And so,
That's
and
right.
that's
And
more
again, the website is a
for
divedeeper.com. Tracy, is there anything else you want to leave the viewers, the listeners about anything? This is your time.
with what was Stephanie brought to you today. For any woman out there, because we was dressing a lot of women today. However, men have men deal with things too, and we have to understand and respect that men are taught
Mm,
like we were in the household at a young age on how not to express themselves, on
mm,
how to hold that resilience.
mm.
So part of your learning process, ladies, I ask you, get right with ourselves because we no good to nobody until we right for ourselves.
Woo.
Once we get right for ourselves, if you desire to, to be married or in a relationship, get work on yourself to be a partner. Work on
Mm,
yourself to be a wife in understanding what partnership really means. Work on yourself to understand and not just who you are, but how to have these relationships.
mm.
So that way our love is shown. We have these healthy households. We can put an end to these dysfunctional families. We can have just children and human beings, But we do have to support our men as well. I don't want to leave the men out. I know some of you guys out here watching know this. I don't want you to think this right here was just about us, but this is to help us to be better, better for ourselves, so we can be of value. But if you're a man, you listen, you work on yourself too. If you need it, work on yourself as well. But yes, so I know that I am here for it.
Yeah.
I Yeah, because we're gonna take this. This is not just personal. This is dealing with your professional
Mm,
and your purpose. So this right here is your life we're speaking about. We spoke about life today. So
yes.
right now, so I take away is to continue this journey with me, June the 22nd,
Mhm.
www.adivedeeper.com. Uh, yeah, we there. Coach Stephanie will be there. Yay!
Yay.
We'll be there. So you will definitely get more nuggets. You will
Oh,
definitely get more nuggets and more from her. Um,
yes.
which is great. She interviewed me today, but we got her. So you can
And
give
I'm
her
gonna bring it. I'm
right.
bringing
And
it.
you always say, you're gonna bring it. So
Yeah.
yes, but thank you so much, Stephanie, for this opportunity to
Yes.
share this part of my world, this part of my journey
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
And to be able to put it out there like this for people.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you guys take full advantage of this. I can't wait that connect, because we own this. We got
Yes.
so I'm
And then
excited.
I'm
I
so
think
glad that you mentioned men because I love men. And yes, that just balances the journey. We need
yeah,
men just as much as we need powerful women to make
yes.
beautiful families, beautiful lives. So, yes, thank you for bringing
Yes,
that up.
absolutely.
And Tracey, how can people find you?
Okay. Now, outside of that, the women's conference, of course, as you can see, flowing through there, timelessevent.net. I am a full service event planner and coordinator. You can stay connected to me through the website. I'm on all social media platforms. I'm proud to say I'm now on TikTok, so y'all pray for me. So I am now on TikTok. So pray for me. I will be putting more content out there. I just got on that platform. But LinkedIn, Facebook, IG, I am on those platforms as well. Email me, Timeless Events. I, I'm there. I am definitely not hard to find. So
True.
you just say my name or you just say Timeless Event. I am right there. So yes, and a lot of people, yes, still know me as Stood with Tracy. I am still there. Look, I am still here.
Yes, you're not going anywhere.
I'm
She
not
is
going.
here to stay and to help so many people. So thank you, Tracey. I appreciate you. And please feel free to come back in a couple of weeks and catch up on all the amazing things that you are doing for the community.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
Absolutely.
And we really appreciate you. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode with Tracey Williams, the CEO of TimelessEvent.net, the founder of A Deeper Dive Women's Conference, the speaker, entrepreneur. She is there for you. I've seen her in action. I know she's sincere, and feel free to reach out to her. And, she touched on so many things. And as an entrepreneur, you have to have a level of self esteem in order to accomplish all of the challenges that are going to come your way. If your self esteem is low, you need to tap into that right away because we want you to be successful here at Beyond Boardroom Business. So I really appreciate you all tuning in, watching Tracey Williams. And I hope you look forward to many more segments. Again, Beyond Boardroom Business with me, your host, Coach Stephanie. And until the next time, which is every Thursday, 7 p.m., and until the next time we see each other, stay positive, stay prosperous, and stay productive. Thank you so much. Hope you all are having an enjoyable rest of your evening. Peace.